For micro dispensing, there is one product line that is proven and trusted by manufacturers in semiconductor packaging, electronics assembly, medical device, and electromechanical assembly the world over. DL Technology, superior pumps and needles for the finer things in life.
Hi, this is Keith Bryant for Global SMT and Packaging at Apex 2022, and I'm here from Stephen from Isola, and we're going to talk about new materials and also a processing plant that they've opened in the US. So, over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm happy to be here. And so Isola has been around for over 100 years, and we make a very wide variety of materials from standard FR4 materials, low TG, all the way up through high TG, mid-loss, and low-loss materials, and even RF microwave materials. So we have a very wide product range. We have facilities, 2 facilities in China, 2 in Taiwan, 1 in Germany, and 2 in North America. And as you alluded to at the beginning, we actually opened up a new facility in Chandler, Arizona, which really combined our previous plant we had, our headquarters, and our research and development, and it put it all under one roof. And we opened up a brand new facility about a year ago. And it's a pretty remarkable achievement because this is the first laminate manufacturing facility, new one that has been opened in North America in probably 2 decades. So it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's been a while since those things have happened, and I guess, there's a huge amount of new product introduction stuff happening over here, and a lot of small runs, a lot of really high-tech stuff. So I guess, first of all, it's ideal to have something in country, and
Absolutely.
also something that can respond to those kind of needs.
Absolutely. So we already had a facility in Ridgeway, South Carolina, and that's a bigger production facility. This new facility is specifically targeted for small run prototyping, which occurs, to a great extent here in North America. So what we really wanted to do was build a facility from the ground up that was tailored to support that type of business. So instead of having large, very high stack presses, we've got several smaller presses, so it's got the flexibility to do quicker turnarounds, a variety of materials to support today's needs. Because as you said, a lot of the prototyping occurs in North America before it goes offshore many times for volume production. But it's key, if you're not involved at the beginning to support the prototyping, you're not in a position to capitalize when it does go to production. So we wanted to make sure we were here to support the customers from that perspective.
Yeah, and I guess with having, multiple facilities in Asia, then you're able to cope with whatever volumes get thrown at you as well.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're here to support the prototyping and then all the way to high volume production in Asia if need be. And then we do a fair amount of, I'd say mid production here in North America as well, and a lot of that gets taken care of out of our Ridgeway, South Carolina facility. But we try to support all areas of the market.
Okay, so the new facility gives you a lot of flexibility. What about the high tech and the new materials that are coming?
Yeah, as far as high tech, so actually located in Chandler, Arizona, we actually have our research and development facility located there as well. So we have combined all that. We also have an analytical services lab, and yes, we're always working on the next generation. In Isola right now, everything we're working on for the future is focusing on halogen-free materials, which are more environmentally friendly, and we're always looking at high-speed, lower-loss products. That's with the introduction of 5G and beyond, everything is geared towards high-speed, low-loss materials to support that. So yeah, we're definitely really expanding our high-speed digital product portfolio. And in our research and development, that's what our folks are targeted at. And we got a new product we'll be launching a little bit later this year. That's called TerraGreen 400G. We're excited about that, probably within the next few months. And that's a halogen-free, very extremely low-loss product focused specifically on that.
Okay, so what about the EV market? Does that put challenges for you, or are you
Absolutely. So the EV market really has a demand for very high voltages. When you talk about, let's say, charging your electric vehicle, you want it to be done quickly, and the only way you can do that is with extremely high voltages. High voltages mean a lot of heat, right? So you got to have materials that are able to withstand a lot of heat and a lot of thermal cycling. So we actually have a new product that we call IS550H, which is specifically targeted for that market. It's able to withstand extreme temperatures. It does very well at CAF performance, and it's targeted to support that market. So absolutely, we see that as a growing market for sure. With all the electric vehicles, it's estimated that by 2040, more than 35 to 40% of all vehicles sold will be EVs. So it's a pretty big opportunity.
Yeah, everybody's getting really excited about it, but as you say, it brings its own unique set of challenges because it's voltages and temperatures at least in let's say in work temperatures that we're just not used to seeing.
That's correct. Your typical epoxy FR4 materials can't withstand these temperatures. About the only products that are out there that would withstand temperatures like that would be the polyimides, which are traditionally used for like military aerospace, but they're very brittle and they're very expensive. And when you're talking about automotive, you need things that are going to be able to withstand the temperature, but you're really focused on cost. So that's why we're introducing this other new material, which is also halogen free, but it's going to be it's priced somewhere in between a traditional FR4 and a polyimide material, but it's sort of brings the best of both worlds together, and we think it's going to be a great solution for the EV market.
Yeah. I can remember when I started in this industry and we talked about harsh environment, and it was stuff that went down oil wells. Absolutely. And now harsh environment is stuff that goes into your car and
That's right.
all sorts of
That's
places.
right.
And all of these things put a lot of higher demands on the system, and everything's held together by the board. So if the board doesn't do it, then it doesn't matter what else you do.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's why Isola we always say the base for innovation, because everything's built on the materials. You got to have the right base material. If you don't have the base material that's going to withstand whatever environment you're putting it in, you're not going to be successful. So that's what we like to say.
Okay, last question. We've covered materials generally. What about prepregs and things? Are they having to move at this speed as well?
Absolutely. So every one of these new products that we're developing, every single one has its own prepreg that goes along with it. So the IS550H that I mentioned for the EV market has its own prepreg. The TerraGreen 400G that I mentioned, it also has its own prepreg. So unlike some of the other laminators out there that maybe would use a bond ply of sorts that's somewhat different, we actually have a prepreg for each and every one of our laminate systems that is the same. It's the same resin system. It's blended to go specifically with that laminate system, so you actually end up with one pure package with that specific laminate system. And we also target what we call hybrids, so where you'll use, let's say if you only need the high-speed layers on the outsides of your printed circuit board, you need standard loss on the inside. We've actually worked extensively to ensure that our products are hybrid compatible, meaning if you want to take this product and you want to use it with this product, that it's going to be friendly to do that. You can process it in a single press load, get everything to work well together, and have a successful product at the end. Because our goal is to give a product to customers that meets their demands without them having to spend any more money than they need to. So if you don't necessarily need to have the most expensive material all the way throughout, you can only use it. You only have to use it where you really need it.
Yeah, that's a great plan to mix and match and just keep the costs down to where they need to be, but to give the customer a product that does what they want it to do at the end.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, this has been really interesting and insightful. So thank you very much for coming in and sharing with us. And it's been really interesting to hear that laminates are going really quickly to keep up with all the rest of the challenges that we have.
All right, thank you.